Alright, Dark Productions here. Alright, this is my video that I've been working on today. This is basically a playthrough of how I made it in under an hour. This is basically commentary, so this is already after I made the video. Because it would honestly be too difficult to actually commentary it while you are actually making it. You're gonna see a couple of segments where basically there's nothing really to say, and I'll talk about other stuff relating back to Sony Vegas and whatnot. But the whole idea is for you to see how I make my videos, and so that you can make your own and get a feel for the editing I do. Alright, so I basically just started editing right here. What I did was I made the whole crossfade intro, and I thought it was a really good hook to grab the girl singing in the beginning, because when I watched it earlier this morning, I actually watched this movie this morning, and I was like, you know what, the song is fucking awesome, I like it. So I decided, hey, what the hell, why don't I just make a video with this and give it to one of my friends? And she wanted it, of course, so I gave it to her. But basically, let's see, I basically did the whole crossfade intro, and then after that it goes on to the girl singing. Of course you have to save the project, I don't want to lose it. I had to lost the project later on down the track, actually, about 15 minutes of editing actually, and I was able to reproduce it actually, so it looked exactly the same. Of course a couple of degrees are probably off, but it's visually the same, you can't tell really. So right now I'm just basically going through and previewing it and making sure it flows. Now you might see me doing it multiple times, and that's just to make sure it all flows and whatnot. Right now I'm basically going off of the idea I had made where I want her to kind of be in the background on one of the dancing scenes to kind of go with the tempo and how the song is paced. So what I did was I slowed down the velocity, and then I added a difference on that layer so that it kind of burns in on the background, and at the end it came out really well. I mean, you can only see it for like a good 2 seconds, but it goes so well to where it's like, wow, that's good. So there's a slowdown scene. I basically just right clicked it. With the velocity, but before you do that you have to go to the little the 4 dots at the top next to the eye, and then you right click it, and then you adjust the velocity by dragging the bar down to decrease it and dragging it up to increase the rate which it plays back. So right now I'm basically looking for the other scenes that I saw earlier in the movie. Now the original plan was to put year 1 Gotham Knight in there, but after I actually started editing, because I had seen it the day before, I figured out that it wasn't going to match that well with the song. It would add too more aggressive tone to the whole thing that I was trying to go for more of a mellow salsa kind of appeal. So right now I'm basically breaking down the clips, figuring out where to place everything. Because I have really good memory, I can pretty much watch a movie a day before, a week before, and then go put a music on the track and remember how exactly I want it, and it'll be perfect. I mean, you guys, if you've seen my other YouTube, sometimes those are projects that take less than 10 minutes. Sometimes they take no more than 2 hours. When I first started, they used to take 6 hours actually, because I didn't understand how to do stuff, and I had quite a bad computer. So right now, the only limitation is my own imagination. So you saw that little effect I put in there. I basically threw in a color bleed. Don't you guys just love bleed 911 when they go by your house chasing someone? Yep, that's what I get for living in a bad neighborhood. But anyhow, well, rich neighborhood, who cares? But anyhow, you see I added a couple of transitions, and I'm basically doing one segment of it at a time, adjusting the preview when it starts to lag. And the reason why it's lagging so badly is because I'm recording my desktop at the same time that I'm doing it. Normally it doesn't do that, so I have to compensate for that lag by doing a couple of extra steps, like building the virtual RAM previews and whatnot. You see I made my first note, and that first note is for a tempo where it kind of increases and whatnot. I rarely actually use that because I remember towards like I can literally skip and I'll know the entire beat, how it goes, and where to put it, just by listening to a couple seconds of the song if I've heard the song before, and by looking at the visual representations of the timeline. So right here you can notice I'm trying to find a scene that's suitable in year one, but I literally 20 seconds of looking through there. I actually tried it earlier about for like 5 seconds. I was like, this is not gonna work. The whole theme of the song is pretty obviously fit towards Catwoman or a feminine type of character, and throwing in just purely Batman with just no real appeal to the kind of song, it wouldn't really work that well. It's like throwing Gears of War in there. It just wouldn't work. You'd have to have a hardcore rock song in there or something. Or metal. So right now I'm still breaking it down. You can see how I do it. It's kind of complicated. And it's really easy to lose track of what you're doing, but I've done it so many times where it's like I know where everything is. The only problem you run into is that if you edit like this, you're going to run the parts where you have to run around. If you move them around too much to put them in parts that you think that you want them to go, based on your memory, you'll sometimes end up losing clips. So one thing I do need to work on is clip organization, but I think it came out pretty well for the final project, which is what I'll show you at the end. I'll link you over to my main YouTube, because I don't put my videos on here for the copyright issues. I don't want any flags on this one. The other one is actually already live on there, and I'm just finishing up the commentary so people can go ahead and see how I did it. Alright, so you notice that I entered the video track and whatnot, and I'm just basically now adding a little more depth, trying to get in as much of the storyline as possible that goes with the music, the beat, and how right here, like right about here is when it actually goes more of a, how can you say it, more of a actiony tone, but also at the same time kind of playful. This is why I added the whole eye thing when she put the thing down, because that from where I put the marker, I timed it out in my mind where it would, so when you go back and play it back, when she does that, it will go exactly with the song, even though I didn't have to go back and play it over and over and over again to find it. I already knew where I wanted everything to go before I even started. And even then, doing this kind of editing, you just have to have creativity. You have to be able to adapt really quickly if something doesn't work. I mean, I've seen some people that'll put like weeks, months. I mean, the most I put into any of my projects was no more than 2 days. Any of them. It's really rare to go more than 2 days. 2 days is like StarCraft 2. The StarCraft 2 ones, the Mass Effect ones. But that was like pretty much, once I started it, I had a problem I wanted to finish it, so I'd pretty much like set a whole day out of where I didn't have to do anything else for like 6 hours and just sit there and figure out how I was going to explain the story to where people would get it and understand it fully, and I'd be like, what the hell just happened? So that's why, and also I actually lost my primary partition, which is why I haven't had it's gonna be a while before I put other videos that basically explain how I did them. But I'm gonna eventually recover my files from a hardware recovery tool and pick up the old Vegas save files. So far I recovered a couple, so I'm gonna go off of those for now. Basically, you see me skimming around. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is you gotta skim, you gotta find what matches, you gotta be careful about what you put in. Because the big issue is that people will save one anime or 1 to 2 animes, and they'll throw it around a bunch of different songs, and or just use their favorite anime, which is one anime, for like 10 different music videos, and that's really torturous because it doesn't really, there's no creativity. Like, you're just doing, it's like a rerun, the same thing, just different episodes, because it's like, you're not seeing anything new, it's just different locations and whatnot. I like to throw a little variety in my videos, but like, before I used to be pretty much stick to the Kingdom Hearts, Halo, Code Geass. I mean, and it's really expanded from there. I've started doing more games, telling the stories that way, because I'm really more of a story guy. I like to look into a character and see how they got there, where they're going, and from there tell their story if it's good enough. a good example of that would be Cherie and this whole StarCraft 2 plot. Love that story for StarCraft 2. It was amazing. Alright, so basically right here I am, let's see, I'm still cutting up parts and whatnot, the segments, finding what goes based off my memory of the movie, playing it through every now and then to make sure it goes completely. Alright, basically I'm still skimming through and, you know, finding different segments to go through and whatnot. Let's see. Right here I'm just basically playing through, listening to it in the audio and whatnot. Oh, what I did with this scene was actually pretty good and genius. How I made it like kind of migrate over from the father and then go straight into the penguin and how they caught, or Bane caught Batwoman. So let's see. I didn't really show Bane much because there was honestly no room for him in this video. I made this in about 2 hours after I told Amber, the one I was gonna make it for, if she wanted it or not. She said she'd want it, so I made it. Made her wait. Let's see. I'm still kind of building up the intro, because the intro is basically where you want to capture people's attention. You can't just put like the most amazing part in the center and then have a crappy or shitting beginning. I mean, you're not gonna, they'll be gone. They won't be watching the video by the time you get there. You gotta add something in between, something to start, and something to end it. Something to end it on a nice turn, or a bitter or dramatic one, so that they look forward to maybe the next one, or the next one in the story arc. Sometimes I'll do videos where they're connected to part 1, part 2, and all that. It just depends. Alright, so basically I'm still going through right now and finding what goes. I'm skimming through it and whatnot. Let's see. I've noticed that I play with the quality quite a lot. I'm just trying to find a quality where I can play it back and not having lag issues. Normally I wouldn't get it. Couple of crossfades here and there. I'm playing it over to make sure it all flows. And right here is when I start getting more into it. I divulge more into the intro. The intro is pretty much almost done at this point right now. I'm looking on the middle to the end, trying to figure out what would look best. And I figure out one of the best ones. Though it didn't come out. It came out pretty close, but I still wanted to show more. But at the end of the day, you're restricted to how much you can show by the length of the song or what it's about. You gotta make it always match. Dance talk. I mean, what? Anyway, let's see. Going through, still editing and everything. Let's see. I'm basically linking open those, linking empty spaces, kind of like building into that, kind of event during her singing, because the singing in the beginning was basically a hook, basically to catch her interest. I'm like, damn, she's beautiful. She knows how to sing. That's a good song, whatnot. And then from there, I migrated more into Batman and Batwoman, and kind of bring you into the story by overlaying them. And then gradually, you don't see the pretty lady that was singing the song in the beginning ever again. You only see her in the first 40 seconds, gets you to catch your interest, and just the whole way they animated her and designed her was eye-candy, basically to catch your attention, and the voice is what kept you wanting to hear more from her during the movie. So let's see, again, I forgot to mention, this is not from a show, this is a movie, and it's Batman, Mystery of the Batwoman. Came out in 2004, it's a long one. So you see right here, basically I generated a virtual RAM preview because I wanted to know exactly how it looked and didn't want to waste any time. So I played it back a couple times, and then when I did after that, and I click anywhere in the little box, it went past the normal repeat zone. So I can see what happens right after and how it flows into the next scene. So let's see. Okay, now I'm starting to near towards the end, but still fine-tuning a couple of things. I mean, I fine-tune for the next like 20 minutes, and then I eventually save it and add the final effects and whatnot. Then you'll see the little eye wink that I matched up with the song perfectly. Let's see. Alright.